Bonneville picks up a personal foul and second. Number 3, Ray Lewis. Number 40, Brian Schumann in for Skyview. Also, number 13, Cameron Doyle. Aiden Gray in for Capital. Tracy Roble called for a personal foul his first. Will Long in the foul line.
According to shorter,
Is that the special winning music, Luke?
Tracy Roble called for the personal foul his second. Braden Johnson at the foul line.
Test, check, 1, 2. Test, test. That's it. Oh. You gonna do it anyway? I think one of the team managers is gonna come over, but if you want to do it, go ahead. Either one. Yeah, he'll be leaving soon.
Yeah, it sounds right. Like it'll catch all the.
Sounds not on that. So you can yell and scream all you want. Yeah, no, he'll. They get the guy from Skyview will leave here shortly, so we'll be okay. Been nice if you told somebody he was coming. What's that?
Do you guys keep stats?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody keeps stats other than the official book or not. We still got about 6 or 7 minutes because they finished so early. They're not going to start until 8 o'clock. Which one? Number 4? Number 4 is 6'6". Yeah. Well, you're up 4 feet in the air already anyway. You're live now. Oh, okay. Yeah. If you want to go in or out, this little thing on top. Push in slow or pull back slow. Or like during timeouts. During timeouts, or put it on the bench because the camera will still be on, and the shot will still be on. Most of the time, most of them you play in the computer. They have the graphics to go together. So other than that, you'll be live all the time. Just follow the ball, you be creative as you want. Yeah, like I said, timeouts, you want to put it on the scoreboard, that's fine, go ahead. Or you want to put it on the bench, shoot the coach. Because of the players, or whatever the case may be. All right.
We'll go here in just about a minute.
I can move mine from this seat for now.
Yeah.
Cord's long enough.
It is.
Leading up to tonight's action, you're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
And a pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome to Preston Gym and the final game of the opening round of the Preston Holiday Basketball Tournament. It's been a very interesting night so far with the games that have been played, as Preston is lined up to play against Bonneville here tonight, as Bonneville getting ready to, Preston getting ready to take the floor here this evening against the Bonneville Bees. Of course, Preston coming off a win against Shelley the other night, winning 73-41. For Bonneville, they suffered a very disappointing loss last night in overtime. They led the game against Hillcrest the entire way. Guy from Hillcrest hits a three-point shot with less than 30 seconds to play to force overtime, and then the Bees lose it in overtime to Hillcrest by the final score of 73-70. So as we press forward here into the game here this evening, as the Preston Indians will take on the Bees here tonight, and Lyle Fuller joins me on the broadcast again here this evening. You know, it's always fun to watch other teams play, the type of different types of systems they run, and up and down, and it's been very exciting so far today.
Yeah, you know, the Preston tournament has grown, it seems like, every year, and boy, we loaded field this year, as we kind of talked about last night. Of course, the winner here will take on Skyview out of Utah, but a lot of teams we see in this tournament, if we make it to state, we may see them again at state.
Right.
So it's nice to have Capital and Rocky Mountain come over from the Boise area, and Bonneville and Rigby come down from up in Idaho Falls area. So, you know, we get to see teams and, like I said, see different styles of play, see some people we don't get to see in our district play. It's really useful, especially for a young team like Preston that's still trying to find its way a little bit and how to play together.
Talking about Preston finding its way after losing, of course, to Twin Falls. They've won the last 2 games in a row, including a very handy win the other night here at home against Shelley. Yeah,
great game the other night. The Indians took Shelley out early, led the whole way, and put that one away early. Actually had a running clock in the fourth quarter with a 30-point lead. So the Indians got a great win there over Shelley. Now we'll, you know, face a 4A team here in Bonneville that's given us some trouble in the past. Of course, every year is a new year in high school basketball, but we'll see what we can do here against the Bees tonight.
Cooper Hobson continues to shoot the ball very well. He led the team in scoring the other night with 18.
Yeah, and Cooper, as you said, has played really well. He's a menace on defense as well with the 6'4" height and good athletic ability. He can really get in those passing lanes and disrupt, as well as rebound well from the guard line.
Yeah, in fact, Cooper now with 6 games played so far this year for Preston, he's led the team in scoring in 4 of the 6 games.
Yeah, great to have him. Of course, a move in from West Side this year. Folks are wondering, who is that? We don't remember him last year. He's moved over from West Side and just a junior, and he's been a great addition to the team.
The other games played today, Rocky Mountain beats Century, so they move into the championship bracket. They will face Rigby tomorrow, as Rigby knocked off Kona earlier today. That game will be at 6:20 tomorrow night. The game that just finished before us, Skyview beat Capital, so the winner of this game here gets Skyview tomorrow night at 8 o'clock in the championship bracket.
Yeah, Skyview just across the border, and so have some familiarity that way, but we really don't play them that often, being in a different state, and just as it works out, we just don't get to play them that often. But, of course, that's where we want to be tomorrow night. You want to play in that last game, the 8 o'clock game, and have a chance to suit up for the championship game on Saturday.
Yeah, you're right. And you mentioned they don't play all that much. In the past, they have met only a total of 19 times, and the Bees have won 12 of the 19 games played. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Lewiston State Bank. If you're looking for a better rate on your bank or checking accounts, Lewiston State Bank has the answer for you with their My Rate checking account. Stop by their Logan branch at 3rd South and Main, or go to their website, ls-bank.com, for more information. Lewiston State Bank, a division of the People's State Bank, member FDIC. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll sit down and we'll visit with the head coach, Tyler Jones. When we come back, we'll do all that as we continue after this timeout on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCU.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Here against Bonneville, you're coming off what seemed to be a fairly easy game against Shelley. You got a lot of guys in, got some guys some rest, and really let some subs play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I thought it was one of our more complete games so far. You know, after last weekend on the road, it was good to get home, and I thought we came out with a lot of energy, and I thought our defense kind of set the tone that night. We were able to get a lot of steals and get some easy baskets, and kind of were able to relax a little bit. So that was good to see.
Cooper Hobson just keeps bombing away. I think he's led you in scoring now in 4 of the 6 games.
Yeah, and Cooper, he's streaky, and he's one that if he can hit a couple, he can really get some confidence and go. And I think everything, though, it opens it up for him and Scott outside. We got to get Ty going early. He seems to kind of be the key, and if we can get Ty going, then they have to start doubling him, and then that's going to open up our outside game.
I've kind of noticed you sitting around watching all these other games, getting an idea of some of the other teams. It's interesting to see the difference in styles than what Preston plays and what some of these other teams play.
Yeah, and that's what makes these preseason, tournaments a lot of fun. You get to see all different types, big schools and their styles of basketball, and it kind of prepares you. You don't know, you don't know a lot about a lot of them. You don't see them. They're from Boise area and Utah, so it's a great opportunity for us to play 3 games in 3 days and go against different styles of basketball that will prepare us down the road.
Skyview, they let it fly. They like to just bombs away from outside the arc.
Yeah, that's been an exciting first half. Both teams have been shooting the ball well, and they have some really talented kids, and they really get up and down the court and shoot the 3 ball.
Let's talk a little bit about our game coming up tonight here against Bonneville. They lost in overtime the other night before coming over here to Preston.
Yeah, and they've kind of been a hot and cold team. They've had some bad nights, and then like last night they played a Hillcrest team who was a very good basketball team and led the entire game, and the other team hit a 30-footer at the buzzer to go to overtime. So they're dangerous tonight. It's one of those games we're going to have to come out ready to go. They play a little bit like Skyview. They like to run and they like to shoot threes, and if you're hitting, then it's tough to put a team away.
They do like to run, and that kind of brings up another point. We're looking at the box score from their game against Hillcrest. They didn't go very deep into the bench, only 6 or 7 guys. Well, you had a chance to really rest some of your people in the 4th quarter. Maybe a little bit of a difference there?
You never know. I mean, they're young kids. They have tons of energy. But our team, I just hope that tonight we can come out and continue to improve. That we've been talking about that consistency thing, and we've had some ups and downs, and we just got to keep getting better as we get into, this weekend. We're going to kind of see where we're at. There's some great teams here, and it should be a lot of fun.
Ought to be a great weekend. Good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you.
That's Coach Tyler Jones here with us on the pregame show. Take a timeout. Back with more after this on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs,
Welcome back here to the pregame show. Dan Hubbard and Lyle Fuller with you tonight courtside as Preston gets ready to take on the Bees from Bonneville. Thank you. I'm drawing a blank here this evening for some reason. See, I'm still so new in town. I'm trying to learn a bunch of new names of new schools and
Especially
stuff.
Especially when we throw them all at you at once.
Oh, yeah. That's just the way to do it. So for Preston, they've won 2 in a row, looking to really put things back together after having their 33-game win streak snapped. But home has always been a good place for them to come and play, especially here on this floor.
Yeah, the Indians under Tyler Jones the last 8 or 9 years have been really tough here at home, and even though this isn't a district game, you still want to build that mentality. We'll protect their home turf, try to get them all or almost all at home, and win as many as you can on the road, and be in a position to be there right at the end when you get to the end of the season. And of course, when you host the tournament, you get to play at home, and you get to play the last game of the night. So we should have crowd continue to fill in. I see, we have a decent student section here already, and I think some more people will fill in as we go along, and should be a great environment tonight for some high school basketball.
We talk about this being a great place for the Indians to play. They've actually won 63 of the last 88 games played on this floor. So home cooking is always nice to have. Great
percentage, and part of that is obviously having a good coach and good players, and but you want to build a home court advantage. You want it to mean something to play at home.
Right. You got here in time to see most of the second half of the Skyview game. If you're Coach Jones, who do you want to play tomorrow night?
I think I'd rather play Skyview just from the standpoint of, you're in the early part of the season where you're testing yourself, and they've got more length and athleticism than Capital did. Skyview trots out a 6'9", a 6'6". The Falswood kid they listed 6'4", extremely athletic. And, some of those kids, you need to go against those guys and measure yourself against them and figure out how to, pump fake and get a 6'9" kid off his feet and all that kind of stuff. So, Capital may be the weaker team by a little bit, but I think he'd be happy to play Skyview if we can win this.
So, to be able to advance to tomorrow night's game against Skyview, potentially, what do the Indians need to do tonight to come away with a win?
As Coach Jones mentioned in the opening night, if we can get Ty Hyde going early, Bonneville's best player is their 6'6" forward, Hostert. And looking at him warm up, he's all of 6'6", and he's a well-built kid. So Ty will have his hands full trying to score over him. But if we can maybe get Hostert in some foul trouble, tire him out by making him play a lot of defense, I think that bodes well for the Indians. And then, as we talked about the other night, Indians always like to play inside out, go in first, and then kick it back out.
That's your keys to tonight's game. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back to starting lineups and the opening tip just around the corner on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level, with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting LLC is strictly prohibited.
Once again, welcome inside Preston Gym from Preston, Idaho. This is Preston Indians basketball. This tonight, the Indians take on the Bonneville Bees this evening in the final game of the opening round of the Preston basketball tournament. The winner of this game gets to go up against Skyview tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And hopefully, a little luck tonight, Preston will be there along with Skyview coming up tomorrow. Time to meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, for the Bonneville Bees, a 5'10 junior, Jordan Perez. Randon Hostert, 6'6 senior in the middle, gets a start tonight for the Bees as well, as does Carson Johnson. He's a 5'9 sophomore. Riley Judy is a 6'3 senior. He'll get the start tonight as well, along with Jamison Train, who is a 6'2 junior. They turn out the lights and put the spotlight on the Preston Indian bench. And here comes the starting lineup tonight for the Indians. Cooper Hobson, a 6'4 junior, gets a start. Had 18 points the other night against Shelley. Scott Dunn, who is a 6'2 junior. Luke Smaley runs the offense from the point position. He's a 6'2 junior. Riley Parker helps out down low. One of the only senior in the starting lineup. He's a 6'3 senior. And then Ty Hyde in the middle, the 6'6 junior. And basically it seems to be the way Ty goes, Lyle, is pretty much the way the Preston Indians go.
Yeah, if we can get him engaged early and out of foul trouble, it really helps us a lot. You know, and Ty's not as much of a fast break threat per se, but our perimeter guys sure are. So if we can get steals, look for us to run as well and try to get out and get some easy buckets like we did against Shelley.
So we're glad to have you with us, both on the internet at mylocalradio.com, or if you're listening here locally on FM 105.5 or AM 1340. Glad to be with you this evening. Don't forget, all the action starts back up tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock for round 2 of the basketball tournament, and then wraps up Saturday with 4 more games on Saturday as well. So Ty Hyde ready to jump center against Randon Hostert. Both 6'6". The only difference is Hostert's a senior and Ty's a junior for the Indians, as it's controlled by Preston. As it comes to Luke Smaley out top and put the offense in motion here early. Dunn in the corner, can't get a shot, bounces it down low. Nice, good idea by Ty. Tried to get it over to Parker for the easy layup, but couldn't get it to the pass be completed.
Yeah, like going inside right off the bat.
Smaley brings it in, gets to Hyde, top of the key. Over in the corner it goes to Smaley. Now cross court quickly to Hobson. Looks at a three, doesn't take it. Skip pass back to Smaley. you bring the ball back out top and set up the offense and let it work. Back over to Dunn again in the right corner. Back out top to Smaley again. Drives, there's the pass down low to Parker. That's no good, and a foul underneath on the rebound.
Yeah, too bad Riley had a really good look at it there and just overshot the rim, but that's what we wanted, and that's the shot we wanted.
Not only missed the shot, but on the rebound, Ty picks up his first foul of the game. And Bonneville gets their first look potentially at the press, although they don't put it on fully. It's kind of a half-court press as Perez up into the front court. Dishes down low. Ty steps in front of it, puts a hand on it, knocks it out of bounds as they try to get it to Train down low.
Looks like the Indians are going to open in man-to-man defense here.
Here comes Hyde across to block the shot. Riley Judy's trying to figure out where he came from. He thought he had a wide open layup as the three-pointer at the other end by Hobson is good. So an early outside shot from Hobson, that's a good sign. Here comes Hyde, lets him actually go to the basket this time. As this time
now Hyde all the way down the other end. Long outlet by Smaley.
So quick outlet, Ty ahead of everybody down the floor. And again, the half-court press goes to Perez. In the corner, Judy for a two-pointer. That's no good. Smaley tries to hustle for the rebound. They take it away from him. They try to get it down low to Hostert. He can't handle it, so they have to kick it back out and set up the offense again. Hostert on the left wing. Gives it off to Judy. Back down low to Hostert. And this time it's blocked by Smaley from behind.
Beautifully done by Luke. Boy, got up high to get that one.
Up in the front court, Hobson gives it back to Smaley. As Luke brings it across the top of the key, goes around the screen, set by Hyde. Looks at a three, he'll take it, and needs a bounce, won't get it. Dunn has the rebound. Scotty pulls the ball back out, now it's back to Smaley again. To Hyde on the right block, turns, left foot drop step that he loves so much. That one goes down and comes back out, and here come the Bees back the other way. Hostert wants a three. It's an air ball, and it goes out of bounds. And the student section lets him hear it.
Yeah, they'll hear it.
The ball belongs backcourt to the Indians. No pressure really put on by the Bees.
Yeah, just kind of some token pressure, if anything. Well, they had Ty on the cut, just couldn't find him.
Hobson in the corner, down low on the block. Now kick it back out to Dunn. Scotty's got to look at a three. That's no good, as the rebound is picked up by Train. Quickly back up into the front court. They get it to Perez. He stops the free throw line, kicks it off on the right side as it goes to Hostert. Back out top again to Perez. Back to Hostert, free throw line extended right. Three-pointer from straight away, goes down, comes out, as the shot put up by Riley Judy. Here comes Hobson again for the Indians, back the other way. Terminates the dribble, gives it off to Smaley. Now gets it back from Luke, and he'll set up the offense at the top of the key. To Dunn over on the right side. Holds the ball high above his head. Comes to Parker. Now back to Smaley again on the left side. Look down low for the cutter, nothing there. Hobson's going to pop another three. He made another one.
Come on. On as a pistol. Cooper Hobson.
Indians up 8-2 here so far here in the early going, driving along the baseline. Good hustle by Dunn to poke it out of bounds. They tried to say it went off of Riley Judy's hands, but the officials weren't buying it.
And now we'll go four-guard lineup with Riley Parker out and Garrett Ward in for the Indians. So more perimeter play.
Ward got a lot of playing time the other night against Shelley and finished the game with 5 points. They get it into Hostert. Now pull it back out top to Perez. Back to Hostert. Free throw line extended right. Top of the key, Judy. Left side to Perez. Back to Hostert as he cuts and runs along the baseline. Comes back out to Perez. He looks at a three. Good.
Boy. Lefty up and in. Well, there we go. They had
quickly again down the other end. Ward has it down low in traffic. And that's going to go back over to Bonneville. Garrett thought better of it with the taller players surrounding him down in the paint, but then dropped the ball.
Probably should have just put it up as best he could, but we'll go as a turnover against the Indians, and now we'll see some pressure from Preston.
Now the full court pressure put on, as Bonneville is able to break it fairly easily up into the front court. Train Hossard in the corner. Needs a bounce, won't get it. As rebounds off to Dunn, gives it to Smaley, push it up into the front court. Hobson from along the baseline. In, out, back in. Cooper's got 8 here in the first half of the first quarter, and it's 10-5 Preston. Down low, entry pass off the hands. Not sure if Ty may have tossed it or not, but Hobson went and saved it back on the court as it comes to Dunn. Scotty all the way down the middle, has it stripped away at the last minute. I'm going to say it went off of Dunn's knee and give it back to Bonneville.
Yeah, Dunn's kind of got that deceptive speed, Dan. He turns on that extra gear and he goes right by guys, and that time he just lost it on the way up. But
so again, the full court pressure as Bonneville is able to break it up into the front court. As three-pointer that's put up this time by Cy Gauman. He just into the game for the first time. As the Indians have the rebound, another three-pointer put up by Hobson. That one's no good. Yeah. Gauman has the rebound.
Didn't miss by much.
Yep. As quickly back up the floor as he got it ahead of everybody. But same result. Caleb Stoddard had what looked like a layup, and he dropped the ball off his own foot and out of bounds again.
Yeah, frenetic pace here so far. Both teams maybe a little jittery, but up and down the floor. Fun to watch when they play that style.
Look inside to Hyde. Now they get it into him. Ty again. There's that left-hand drop step. Puts it in. Basket. Foul, and it counts.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, Dan, that's the one he tried earlier. Couldn't get to go, but
Randon Hossard picked up the foul. That's his first. That's one team foul apiece now for each team as well.
Yeah, Ty creating space for himself with his footwork in there. Once he gets his shoulders past you, he's got you right where he wants you.
Foul shot is no good by Ty. Rebounds off to Hossard. They'll give it to Perez, who walks it up into the front court. Down the baseline, charging all the way, as that is Jamison Train with a good shot right along the baseline.
Yeah, Train showing good strength and athletic ability to get that one up on the board.
Preston stays up by 5, 2:30 to play here in the first quarter. Dunn comes out to meet the ball. Look inside to Hyde, wrestling in there with Hossard. Come across the key, now down onto the right block. Ty wants to shoot, can't. Gets it off to Smaley. Smaley's going to drive down the middle and a reach-in foul. They're going to call the foul on Perez. I wasn't sure if it was going to go against him or Stoddard, excuse me, but they call it on Perez.
Good matchup down there in the low post. Hyde and Hostard about the same size, both strong kids at their height and both battling for position.
Connor Johnson and Devin McDonald into the game for the Bees. Back outside to Hobson. Goes down to the right corner, doesn't get a shot. He'll kick it back out to Ward. Now back to Hobson again in rhythm. That three-pointer's no good. Rebound comes off to Smaley. Down low, Parker has a layup and puts it in.
Yeah, great find by Luke. Just Tyler hanging around there.
Tyler able to put it in. 14-7, 7-point lead for the Indians. A little turnaround. It's a pass down low as that goes to McDonald.
I think Hyde blocked it.
I think he did too. That'd be Ty's second block here in the game. Right quarter goes to Hobson. Drives baseline and a blocking foul here against Jamison Train. That's his first. That's 3 team fouls now against Bonneville. And only 1 against the Indians. So ball out of bounds underneath their own basket for the Indians. Smaley triggers it. A nice pass down low to Ward. Somebody got lost on defense, and Garrett was wide open in the paint.
Yeah, Garrett just
almost
Cooper
had that.
It. Yeah.
Johnson gives it off to Train. Back out top to Johnson. Swing it all the way over in the corner. McDonald has it there. Back out top again for the Bees. Johnson gives it off here on the near side. Back to Stoddard. Nobody there as
I thought Garrett Ward got a finger on it. Must have hit a Bees player on the way out then.
Ty Hyde's going to go to the bench. Rhett Robertson, number 23 in white for the Indians, comes in for the first time tonight with 1:15 to play in the quarter. Smaley up into the front court. Smaley goes around his man, now pulls it back out in the three-point range. Cooper for another 3. That's just a little off, rattled around, and then batted out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians.
Yeah, Hobson was open. That was a good shot. Kid has already made 2 in the first quarter. You don't mind him shooting an open 3 like that.
Smaley brings it in. Back to Hobson, drives, pulls up, 10-foot jumper. That's no good. Rebound inside to Stoddard with good position. Gets it in front court, up to Johnson. They'll pull it back out. Inside of the final minute, 45 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Gammo back out top. Johnson looks at a 3. Long, high rebound is pulled down out of the air. Train has it, and a foul inside.
I'm not crazy about that call against Rhett. Train initiated all that contact, stuck his forearm in Rhett's stomach, created a foul on Rhett somehow.
37 seconds left here in the first on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard as they get it into Train. Back out top, Johnson, work it all the way around, back to McDonald. Back out top to Johnson again. Johnson will give it off, back to Train. Train wants to drive down the middle, tishes it to McDonald in the corner. Now it ends up back in the hands of Johnson again. He swings it back to Train, down to 17 seconds to play in the quarter. Back out top, Train's going to set up the offense with 11, 10, 9. Back to McDonald on the right side. A 3-pointer from the corner, needs a bounce, won't get it. As he gets his own rebound, did Stoddard, but the putback was no good. As it comes to Parker, and Parker will simply just hang on to it, and that's the way the first quarter will end here tonight. So Preston leads at 16-7 after the first. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, second quarter action just around the corner right after this.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank.
Done with the first quarter here tonight. Quick quarter. Only 5 fouls called in that first quarter. Fairly cleanly played as well.
Yeah, you know, the Indians, you got to like the score. Going up 16-7 gets you in good shape here. Good start.
So the ball belongs to the Bees to start the second quarter. Perez back into the game, gets a nice cut from down low. A little bit of a push off from Hyde, no call. Ty has the rebound on the blown layup. Here comes Smaley back into the front court. Dunn in the corner for 3. Needs a bounce, won't get it. Hossard with the rebound, gives it off to Perez. He'll walk the dribble back across the timeline as the Bees put the offense back in motion. Back to Judy. Over here on the right side, goes to Parker Johnson. They swing it back around left side again. 3-pointer put up by Judy. That's short. Bees get the rebound as the ball was short and long rebound, and Preston, I should say Bonneville, was able to get the ball back. Hossard gives it to a cutting Perez down low, finds himself amongst the trees, so he'll kick it back out. Hossard comes down the baseline, can't get a shot. Judy down the lane, blows the layup.
Boy, Bonneville coach has got to be sick about that.
They missed 2 layups in that sequence as Robertson's able to pull down the rebound up in the front court. Comes to Parker, now back out top, it comes to Smaley again. Definite size advantage here for Preston. Smaley drives, scoop shot, no good, blocking foul.
Yeah, the referees look at each other and say, you got to block? Yep, I got to block.
That's on Parker Johnson. That's his first. Johnson's a 5'8" senior. And Smaley's going to go to the line to shoot a couple of free throws. First one by Luke is good. Certainly you like to see everyone become part of the offense every game. But for Smaley, it's almost more important that he run the offense rather than score.
Yeah, he you know, he's their leading assist man and has a way of finding people I'd like to see him be a little more aggressive looking for his own shot, but he does a great job running this team right now.
So he made one of the 2 free throws. He has 1 point tonight, and the perfect example is now he has 7 points total in the last 3+ games. Down low, Perez able to get that one around Hyde and get it to go down. 6 points here in the first half for Jordan Perez for the Bees. Tried to force it inside to tie. It was knocked out of bounds by Random Hosert. So Schmaley will bring it in, baseline, front court, underneath their own basket for the Indians. 6:23 left here on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard in the first half. Indians up by 8, 17-9 as the impound pass comes all the way into Dunn out near the timeline, who gives it back to Luke. Luke now gives it to Ty at the free throw line. Down low, another kick it back out in the corner. Quickly back out to Schmaley. They got a man advantage here as Hobson takes the 3 and good.
When you gamble and run out like that for a steal, you don't get it, it's trouble for your team, and Hobson gets a 3.
And Hobson's made 3 shots from that same spot on the floor over here on the left side. Perez dribbles it back out top. You can hear the coaches in the background yelling the play out. They want to run whatever Arizona is. Back out top to Perez again. Hosert, free throw line extended right. Back to McDonald, back into the game. Hosert from the left elbow, good. So Hostert hits the 2, makes it 20-11, still a 9-point lead for the Indians. 5:15 to play here in the quarter as that went through Hobson's hands, but luckily enough, it went down and hit McDonald on the ankle and went out of bounds.
Yeah, well, I thought that was going to turn the ball over for the Indians, but right in front of the Bonneville 9th grade team, it looks like. They give it back to us.
So Hobson brings it in, lobs it into the backcourt for Schmaley. Gets it back over the timeline once again. Hobson on the right side, bounces it down low to Hyde. Hyde tried to force the pass inside to Riley Parker, and they'll tie the ball up, and this is going to stay with the Indians.
Yeah, there wasn't really a passing lane that time. Good idea, but there wasn't really anywhere to go with that pass.
No, it had to try to find its way through about 4 different ankles.
Right.
So Riley Parker is going to bring it in from underneath the basket this time. Gets it into Schmaley, into Hyde at the right block. Back in the corner to Schmaley. Drives the baseline. And
going to step out of bounds. Wow.
There wasn't really enough room to run that baseline. In fact, he tried to dive and throw a pass in the same motion because he'd run completely out of room. Hossert with it in the front court. Gives it off to Johnson. Back to Hossert. Top of the key, doesn't take the 3, gives it off to Train on the left side. Good hands by Schmaley, almost knocked it away as it comes back to Johnson again. Train, Hossert, back to McDonald, back to Train again down low, can't get a shot with Hyde right on his back, so he'll kick it back out. Now gets it back on the right side. Waiting for cutters to come through. McDonald doesn't get the pass, gives it back out top to Perez. Down low, there's McDonald laid in.
Yeah, Coach Jones is going to get a timeout to talk about that one.
All of that motion by the Bonneville offense did very good to bring the Preston defense off the baseline. That's how they found that backdoor pass.
Yeah, and he was just waiting right under the backboard there.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Stokes Market. Stokes Market and True Value is not your ordinary grocery store in Preston. They see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market True Value offers clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meat, produce, and bakery items. Stop by today and find out for yourself. You can find them at 217 South State Street right here in Preston. Indians lead by 7, 20-13 with 4:12 left on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard here in the first half.
Dan, I think Coach John Tucker for Bonneville has the most festive Christmas shoes of anybody at the tournament. They're a kind of I don't know what you call it, neon green with some red trim, and it's pretty much a Christmas tree.
Wow,
it's really pretty distinctive.
Well, we need to get up and argue a call so I can see his footwear. Back out top, Hobson wide open for another 3. Good again.
Yeah, nobody within 12 feet of Cooper on that one. He says, guys, if you're not going to guard me.
Yep.
Okay.
He has 14 here in the first half, and it's 23-13 Indians. Perez wants Johnson to go through, but waits for the motion to move. Gives it off to Train over here on the right side, just in front of the Preston bench. Back to Hossert, back to Perez. He made a 3 earlier. This one's no good. Hops it up high for the rebound, gives it off to Smaley. Here comes the Indians, 3-on-3. Luke all the way, left hand layup is good.
Oh, that was pretty.
Nobody went to stop the ball for the Bees. So Luke took it all the way in. Perez, kick it over here to Train on the right side. Back to Perez. He's got another look at a 3. Tries to bank that one. It rattles around and comes out. Back to Smaley again quickly. Here come the Indians again on the run. Over in the corner. Dunn's got a 3. Good. No, I thought it looked good.
Looked good.
Rattled around and came out. And now Bonneville wants a timeout. We'll sneak one in here as well. Back with more after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Bailey missed both those free throws then, okay.
25-13. Preston on top inside the final 3 minutes here in the first half. Bees trying to avoid back-to-back losses. Down low to Train and foul inside. Train's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Cooper Hobson called for the foul. That's his first. Just the 3rd on the team here in the first half.
Indians back to that starting 5 that started the game for them. And
Train had a good night last night in that overtime loss against Hillcrest. He had 15 in that game. In fact, that led the team in scoring in the game last night. Missed the first, makes the second. And he has 5 so far here tonight. 25-14. Back to Hobson again. Another 3. That one's no good. Quickly, here comes the Bees on the run. Johnson gives it off as Judy watches a man fly by, steps inside, hits the 3-pointer.
What a good move by Judy to have a good pump fake and then reset and shoot.
Have enough awareness to be able to slow yourself down long enough to let the defensive man fly by. And inside, they get it to Hyde. They're going to call that a tie-up. And the ball's going to go back over to Bonneville. That's kind of an iffy call.
Yeah, well, that's only a tie-up if the old hand is part of the ball rule is invoked.
Well, that and, you know, the arms are across his arms, so you're not able to bring the ball up.
Yeah. Looks like we'll see Garrett Ward again here.
Garrett back on the floor as Parker goes back to the bench. So they go small here for the last 3 minutes.
Oh, boy, they had it.
Holstert kicks it over. 3-point attempt is put up and in by Riley Judy. Lead down to 5 all of a sudden. Remember, it was 10 just about a minute ago on the actual game clock. Smaley, skip pass over to Dunn. He looks at a 3. Good again.
Well, we'd like to get Scotty going to give us a complimentary score out there along with Hobson on the wing.
They're shooting well from behind the arc so far tonight is Preston. As it comes down low, Train has it, pull-up jumper over the top of the defense. That's no good. Pulled down by Hyde. Here comes Hobson, 1-on-3. He's going to take it all the way anyway, and it's a charge.
Hobson a little slow to get up there, but let's see how he's doing.
Like he banged a knee on the floor, and he started walking it off. He's walking a little bit better. That's 2 fouls tonight on Hobson.
Yeah, I think, Tyler Park will go in for Hobson. And
they only have 1 on the board, but I think it's supposed to be 2. He had another one a couple minutes ago. Now they corrected. So Riley Parker back in. Hobson goes to take a rest. with 1:22 to play here in the first half. Down low, Hossert spins, kicks it back out, comes to Johnson. Johnson gives it back to Perez, back down low to Hossert on the right block, turn, shot, no good. Hyde able to wrestle the rebound away from Schmaley, gives it back to Luke, and here come the Indians on the run again. Luke all the way, fouled underneath.
Good aggressive drive.
He will go to the free throw line and shoot a couple more with a minute left in the quarter.
So Hyde able on the last defensive stand to stand up Hostert, force him into a tough shot, and then rebound the ball. With a good outlet pass to Luke, and now we got a good scoring opportunity from the free throw line.
Foul goes against Perez, his second. 5 team fouls in the half against the Bees. And Schmaley's going to shoot 2. First one for Luke is good. As Caleb Stoddard checks back into the game for Bonneville. And with 2 fouls, Perez is going to go back to the bench. Don't want to make sure he doesn't want to pick up his third. You're right, those are colorful shoes. Looks like something the Little Mermaid might wear.
Right. Or maybe an Easter egg type of situation.
Smalley's second shot falls in. Luke has 4 here in the first half.
The ball coming right at us. Nope.
Full court, and that's going to be a blocking foul charged against Tyler Parker right in front of the scorer's table.
Yeah, now they're going to reset the time, I think, on the official game clock.
They've set it back to 57 seconds. I think the official looked up and noticed the clock was still running a couple of seconds after the whistle. Judy brings it in back in the backcourt to Carson Johnson. In the corner. Now back out top to Johnson again. Judy looks at a 3. Good.
He sure got a pretty stroke on that shot.
Yes, he does, and he's got 9 points here in the first half. It's a 7-point game with 35 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Schmaley has it in the corner. Looks inside, nothing there. They'll bring it all the way back out top. Now it's over on the right side to Dunn. Down to 27 seconds on the clock. Schmaley drives, pulls up the jumper from the right elbow is no good. Ward has the rebound. Over to Dunn. Looks at the 3 and hits it. Dunn with a pair of 3s here in the first half. Back to the 10-point lead with 10 seconds to play. Johnson to Judy.
Oh, I thought he traveled.
Back to Johnson. He takes a 3. No good. Hyde up high for the rebound, and then the tie up tie.
I'd like to get a foul on Bonneville and Hostert if we can. Let's see what we got. Yeah, number 4. Yeah.
They're going to give it to Hostert, and that's going to be free throws. No, it won't. That's just 6 now. Hostert has 2 fouls. 2 seconds left in the half, and the ball all the way back in the back court.
Yeah, I'd get Hostert out of there if I was Tucker now, but now they'll get him out.
As here comes McDonald back in, and Brandon Hostert will leave with his 2 fouls.
So in 2 seconds, you can catch and turn and shoot. You don't have to tip it necessarily.
Right. Nope, you got plenty of time. Back to Cooper.
That's a long shot.
Fakes it from the opposite free throw line. It's just short. And that's the way the first half ends, with Preston leading by 10 here after the first half. It's 33-23. We'll take a timeout, back to talk about the first half of tonight's game as we continue right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today. Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. We are at halftime as the Preston Indians lead by 10 after the first half, 33-23. What were your impressions of the first 16 minutes?
You know, the Indians came out and shot the ball well, and obviously that always helps in basketball. But by my count, Dan, we go 6 for 12 on three-pointers, 50%. Boy, we'll take that any time from the three-point line. And, you know, out of our 33, we got 18 from behind the three-point line. That's efficient scoring on the part of the Indians, and I like the way we've also rebounded. There have been very few second-chance points by the Bees here.
That's right. And when they have got out and they've run effectively, have the Indians.
Yeah, got some easy hoops and gotten some of the Bonneville kids in foul trouble, although there weren't a ton of fouls called in that half. But, you know, that's what you like to do, is put pressure on that defense.
Absolutely. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back live. We'll look at the first half stats as we continue right after this.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Preston leads 33-23 at halftime, and Lyle has a look at the first half stats.
In the first half here, Ty Hyde goes 2 for 3 from the two-point line, and his 3 rebounds, 2 blocks. So a good first half from Ty across the stat sheet. Luke Smaley 1 for 2 from the twos, 0 for 1 on threes, and 3 for 4 on free throws. We'll count 5 points for Luke there in the first half, by my unofficial count anyways. 4 assists in the first half for Luke, so really sharing the ball well. Scott Dunn hit a couple threes. He goes 2 for 4 on the three-point line. Cooper Hobson 1 for 3 on twos, and 4 for 7 on three-pointers. And some of those after he kept hitting, Dan, they kept leaving him open. He said, sure, why not? So 4 3 balls for Cooper in that first half, along with 3 rebounds. Riley Parker played, didn't score. Garrett Ward got a 2-point bucket, and Tyler Parker got a 2-point bucket.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Advantage Plus. They have what you need for all your financial needs, whether it's mobile banking, free rewards banking, auto or RV loans. Advantage Plus has what you need. With 60 years of tradition, Advantage Plus is here to serve you with services you need and want. Stop by today and see for yourself at 311 South Highway 91 here in Preston. Member NCUA, equal housing lender. Second half coming up right after the break.
In Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest. Most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level, with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group, with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get
Team's
everything
back
you
out on
need.
the floor, ready to start the second act, half of play here tonight. Almost said second act.
Well, that fits too.
That's probably because I'm going to see The Christmas Story on Monday night, so got theater in my mind. Ball belongs to the Indians to start the second half. Parker has it, swings it over on the left side to Hobson. Bounce down low on the block. Hyde off the glass.
Ooh.
Count the basket and the foul, and that's going to be another foul.
That'll be the third on Hostert.
On Hostert, that's his third. So just 13 seconds into the second half, Hostert picks up his third foul and sends Ty Hyde back to the line.
Yeah, next time down, I'd like to see us go right back to Ty and try to get foul number 4 on Hostert.
Free throw's no good. Tapped out, however, by Dunn. The Indians keep possession of the ball. make it a 4-trip down the floor. Bounce it back down on the little right block to Hyde. Goes right at Hossert, like you said, and does. He gets the foul.
I think they got Hossert again, didn't they?
I believe they did. And that's 4 on 4, indeed.
Yeah. Coach Tucker has a look of unhappiness and dyspepsia on his face on that one. But it was a pretty clear foul. I mean, I don't know how you argue the foul too hard.
So Ty will go back to the line to shoot 2 this time, and Devin McDonald's already checked in, and he's going to come in and replace Hossert, who's going to go to the bench for an extended rest. First free throw by Ty was good, gives him 7 in the game.
So Bonneville goes smaller with that by quite a bit,
and Hossert knows he's in the doghouse. He goes and sits all the way at the far end of the bench as Ty makes both free throws.
Far away from Coach Tucker as possible.
Absolutely. You're far enough you're out of range of the verbal barbs. Train gives it off. McDonald has it. Right side, free throw line extended. Nice spin move. Comes down the baseline and draws a foul. Foul's going to be on Hobson. That's 3 on Cooper.
So Tyler's got a decision to make there. 3 fouls here early in the third quarter on Cooper. Of course, Cooper's, I'm okay, Coach. Leave me in. I'm good. I'm good. Promise I won't do it again.
Yeah. First one by McDonald is good. The question is, do you believe him?
Well, you know, I think as a coach gets to know his player better, you know, over time, you can make that call on a case-by-case basis. But in the heat of the moment, at least I was never good at not fouling.
No, I wasn't either. McDonald makes them both 37-25. Preston on top, leading by 12. It's just about their biggest lead. Back down low to Hyde. Ty tries to go up, has it stripped away by the little guy, Johnson. Johnson able to get it back, ends up in the hands of Perez. Back up in the front court for the Bees. Pulls it up, free throw line, and now backs it back out. Back on the left side, it comes to Train. Back out top, they'll swing it all the way in the corner. As McDonald looks for a backdoor cut, there was nobody there, and he threw it out of bounds.
Yeah. The Indians fortunate there, get a turnover on just an errant pass. And now we'll get another chance on offense. Boy, what a screen by Riley Parker. Over to Dunn in the corner, no good.
I dropped my pen. as it comes back to Johnson, who dribbles the ball back up into the front court. I can't work without my pen. Perez blocked by Hyde, controlled by Hyde, taken away eventually by Parker, and here come the Indians. Three-pointer, Hobson.
Long three-pointer, Cooper Hobson.
He has 17 and leads all scorers in the game. 40-25.
That's going to
be
a charge.
Offense against McDonald, absolutely. Good call.
Yeah, Riley snuck down there and gave up his body on the baseline and drew a foul. Good job by Riley.
Offensive foul against McDonald. That's his first. 3 already against the Bees here in the second half.
It'll be interesting to see, Dan, if the Bees kind of tire a little bit in the second half, having had an overtime game last night against their rival, or maybe they'll just power up.
Another three-pointer by Cooper Hobson. That's no good. Hobson kind of takes Gauman and kind of throws him out of his way.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the referee was watching the rebound and didn't see it. In fact, nobody saw it.
I didn't see it either, but I just saw the Bonneville kid go down.
One of the referees now underneath the basket comes over to talk to Hobson and say, okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
In fact, coach saw it. Hobson's going to come out as they get Garrett Ward back in.
Yeah, so again, no foul call, just a lot of commotion as a Bonneville player hit the floor. And so Cooper will sit for a little bit, and the ball will go to Bonneville on the out of bounds.
What do they say? Now announcing your presence with an authority, but it's signifying nothing. Right. Skip it over in the corner. Now back out of the corner. Perez looks at a three. That's no good. Parker has the rebound. It's double teamed. They strip it away. Rolls out of bounds. Who's it going to go to?
Referees look at each other.
They're going to give it to Preston. Ball was loose and it rolled off someone's foot and goes back out of bounds.
Hard to tell from our vantage point, but they give it to Preston. And
Smaley gets up in the front court to Dunn. Now back to Smaley. Luke tries to penetrate.
Pass.
Look, nice pass. Tie high with a wide open lane to the basket without Hossert in the lineup. Gives him 10 in the game and puts Preston back up by 17. Judy, 2-point jumper from the elbow is good. He's got 11.
Timeout Bonneville now.
And a timeout called by Bonneville. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Tonight's game brought to you in part by S&T Electric. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at ST Electric should always be your go-to crew. Whether it's new construction or repair work, service or new installation, you know your electrical work will be done right when it's done by S&T Electric. S&T Electric, it's what they do. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller with you tonight. Winner of this game gets Skyview tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And right now, Preston looking good, leading by 15.
Skyview with an impressive win over Capital out of the Boise area. Capital, a 5A team from the Boise area. I think the final score was about 11, but Skyview had about a 15-point lead for most of the time I was watching.
Really like the game that the kid has who's already committed to the University of Utah.
Falslev.
Yeah.
Boy, he's very athletic. They list him at 6'4", and he's probably 6'3", 6'4", and had one impressive dunk. Missed another one where the ball came all the way back to the score table on a missed dunk, but he's an athletic kid, and I think the Skyview radio guy said Falslev had 34 tonight, so he's definitely an offensive threat.
I believe it. He hit 6 or 7 three-pointers from right over here in front of the Preston bench. As comes back out, Ward had to go off his hand. He has to go and get it. He'll hand it off to Smaley. Now back to Ward on the left side. Free throw line extended. To Smaley within the corner. Look out.
It's got to be a foul.
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean,
everybody looks at Luke and the ref like, okay, what happened?
There was no such thing as force out anymore. But they didn't call a foul, and starting to get a little chippy out there.
Yeah.
As they get it back into Smaley. Smaley gets it off to Ward. Now back down low. Oh, nice move by Hyde. Loses everybody and lays it in. That's a dozen tonight for Ty.
We'll give Riley Parker the assist on that from about the free throw line area.
Comes to Train. Back down low. Shot goes up over Ty. Put in by Cy Gummo with his first 2 points of the game. Nice quick release, catch and release. Ward again down low. That one's intercepted as Johnson stepped in front of the pass.
Yeah, we doubled Ty that time. Just couldn't get it to him.
Perez up into the front court as Preston really tried to take advantage of that size inside with Hossert on the bench with 4 fouls. Just under 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. Swing it back to Perez down in the corner. That is Judy for another 3. That's no good. Ty has the rebound. Quick outlet comes to Smaley. Luke all the way. Lays it off to Ward. Missed the layup as Garrett tries to fight for the rebound. It's going to go back over to Bonneville.
I'd like to see Garrett go up strong on the backboard on that play to give him a better chance to have it go in. But
timeout called by Preston. We'll take one here as well with 3:42 left here in the quarter. We'll be right back right after this.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
.342 left here in quarter number 3. Preston leading by 15 here. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller as the ball belongs to Bonneville. As they walk it up to the front court, knocked away by Dunn. Here comes Scotty all the way, lay it up and in.
Thought Scotty might dunk that one. He's certainly capable, but the important thing is 2 points go on the board for the Indians.
Bees back up in the front court. Perez swings it to Johnson. Now back down low in the corner. As again, Preston able to poke it away, and again ends up in the hands of Scott Dunn. Quickly hands it off to Garrett Ward, who looks at a 3. It's short, and Johnson has the rebound there for the Bees and tries to walk, gets it back up into the front court. Watches Train go by, doesn't give it to him. And now back to Perez. Perez, top of the key. Still can't find anybody to give it to. Gives it to Johnson. Now back to Perez. Back to Johnson again as they play catch with it. Over to
Ty got a piece.
Over to Judy. Shot was partially blocked, like you said. And then they'll call it a tie-up that's going to stay with Bonneville.
I've got 4 blocks on the night for Ty, and that one was way out on the perimeter.
Kellen Bird in for the first time tonight. Also, Caleb Stoddard back into the game, 21 in green. Perez will bring it in from underneath their own basket. They're still having to go small, they being the Bees.
Yeah.
A nice reach there by Parker to poke away that inbound pass as they try to get it immediately underneath to Gummo. Perez again brings it in, gets it into Bird. Back to Perez, top of the key. He'll set up the offense. Back to Judy, back to Perez. Gets it back again, back top of the key again. Gives it back to Stoddard. He pumps a 3, he's not shy. That's no good. And
Ward was fouled.
A little hand fighting inside.
Oh, wow.
They're going to give that on Ward. Gummo was shielding him off with his left hand and arm.
It may be that I just saw the second hit, so to speak, but it sure looked like a foul on the Bonneville kid throwing Garrett down to the floor, but it's not the way it was called.
Get it inside, back in the corner. Bird drives the baseline, gets cut off, so he'll kick it back out. Comes all the way back out top, back to Gummo. He'll give it to Perez. Now they play catch again. Back to Gummo at the free throw line. Can't connect on the pass. He has to run and get it. Now it comes back to Perez. Back to Gummo again. Turnaround jumper from the right elbow. Needs a bounce and rolls in.
Boy, he hardly even looked at the rim. He turned around and shot it so fast, but in it went.
Gets the soft shooter's bounce to the other end quickly. Ward takes the 3. No space. Smaley tries to just tap it back. That won't go down. And now the exit pass goes out of bounds. I'm going to say it's last touch by the Preston Indians. So it's going to belong to the Bees right in front of the Preston bench as Cooper Hobson's going to come back in, and Scott Dunn's going to come to the bench with his 8 points.
So the Indians here flirting with 50 here with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Good scoring night so far by the Indians.
We're inside 2 minutes to play. Turning again from the elbow. That's no good by Gummo. Well, rebound comes off again to the Bees. Perez has it. Top of the key. Swing it all the way over in the right corner. No shot there by Train, so they'll bring it back. Now back here on the left side. They look at a 3. Look out. Hobson goes flying by as the layup is good. Put up and in by Cy Gummo.
That's the power of the pump fake. Ty would have blocked it had he shot it, but just pumped him right up.
He was all knees and elbows, but he still just flew by. Riley kicks it back out. Nice save there. In the corner again for Hobson. Cooper nails another 3.
Coach Tucker for Bonneville is about to have someone over the bench and have a talking to. How do we leave that guy open?
That's 20 tonight for Hobson. As the shot inside, no good. Rebound, and foul's going to be on Ty as the shot put back up and going to the free throw line is going to be Kellen Bird. I mentioned the 20 points tonight for Hobson because if I remember correctly, that is a season high.
Did he have 23 at Reno or at Elko against Reno? I don't remember.
He might have.
But anytime you get up in a high school game 20 or above, you're scoring a lot of points.
Absolutely right. Timeout on the floor in tonight's game brought to you by Idaho Salvage. If you're doing cleanup work around the house or garage, remember you can trust that you can take and turn in that scrap metal into cash. Just take the metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal here in Preston. They pay top dollar for everything from scrap cans to aluminum cans. So take your scrap metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida right here in Preston. 1 minute exactly to play here in the third quarter. Preston up by 16. They lead at 49-33.
So the Bees so far, they finished the half at 23. They've put 10 on the board here in the third quarter. Indians have got 16 so far in the third. So good quarter for the Indians, extending that lead out a little bit so far. Now we'll see. We've got Hobson with 3 and Hyde with 3 fouls. Hyde, I guess, will take a seat on the bench here to finish the quarter.
Hyde's going to get a little extra minute to sit on the bench as Rhett Robertson comes back in. And 2 shots here belong to Kellen Bird. Bird did not score last night in that overtime loss to Hillcrest. Tell you what, boy, the student section is of good vocal tone tonight.
Right. Yeah, a lot of them there, too.
They showed out in mass. And this is the second. Tapped around, and it's going to be picked up by Parker. Right, Tyler will just hand it off to Smaley. He'll walk the dribble up into the front court. No pressure put on by Bonneville, although Perez comes out to kind of meet the ball after it gets across the midcourt stripe. Back to Smaley, top of the key again. Over here on the right side, it comes to Dunn. Down in the corner to Robertson. Robertson brings it back out top to Smaley again. Back to Dunn. Fakes a three, wants to drive, and that's a blocking foul. That's going to go against Bird. That's his first.
So just the fourth team foul against the Bees, so we won't be shooting yet.
Hobson will bring it in underneath his own basket. 35 seconds left here in the quarter. All the way back out top, it comes to Smaley. Hobson comes back in the corner, but Smaley's going to look the other way. Gives it to Parker at the free throw line. Dunn from the left corner. That's short. Riley has the rebound. Or Tyler rather has the rebound. Goes back up and in. So Parker picks up the short jumper.
Johnny on the spot for the rebound and the putback.
15 seconds to play here in the quarter. Kick it back out. Swinging around. Perez looks at three. Doesn't take it. Goes back to Gummo. Back to Perez in the corner with 5. Back out top. Swinging to the left side. Judy drives with 3 with 2.
Yeah.
He slipped and fell and traveled. And Preston will have a second and a half to try to get a shot off. Parker Johnson, number 33 in green, comes back in for the Bees. So they try to get a shot off or just eat the ball. Hobson forced it. And
wow.
I thought the first one was close. That one hit the net. So 3 quarters in the books. Fourth quarter brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Coming up just after the break. We'll take a timeout. Fourth quarter on the way here on FM 105.5, AM 1340, mylocalradio.com.
Refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
We'll start the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home, with the Indians on top 51-34. As it comes to Luke Smaley to start the quarter. Ty Hyde remains on the bench here to start the fourth. Swing it back over to Hobson. Draws a crowd. Down low to Robertson. Tried to go up, lost it. Parker picks up the garbage and puts it in.
And Tyler Parker just hanging around. That's 6 points for Tyler on just little chippies right around the basket.
He always seems to be around the ball, too.
Yeah, and he's a strong kid. He can get it muscled up onto the board and get it in.
Back out top, Perez. Hozard back in to start the fourth. Shot no good. Up high, Parker with the rebound. Double team momentarily in the backcourt. They'll drop back into their defensive posture, will the Bees, as Smaley walks the dribble up into the front half. Comes around the screen put on by Robertson. Luke stops, tries to give it back to Robertson in the key. That was poked away. Here comes Perez for the Bees. Perez, spin move, traveled, didn't call it, yeah, as they kick it back out. Hosert has a look at a three. That's no good. Long rebound comes off to Dunn for the Indians. Gives it back to Smaley with 6:48 to play here in the fourth quarter. Sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Back to Hobson. Hobson holds the ball up. Now he'll bring the back out top to Smaley on the right side. Back down low on the right block to Hobson. Little bank shot, no good. Robertson tried to fight for it, but then dropped it out of bounds. Team foul wise, 4 team fouls against Bonneville, just 3 against the Indians. So still plenty of fouls to play with before any free throw shooting comes into question.
Ty Hyde's still getting the rest on the bench, which isn't a bad thing if we hang on here. You know, we'll play 2 more games in 2 days. Well, either way, you play 3 games in the Classic. So.
Right. And exactly that. In fact, he gets up and comes to check in now. Any little respite you can get, because this is going to be a grind over the next couple of days as Hosser runs the baseline and makes the little layup. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to try to complete the 3-point play.
So we got 23 white, Rhett Robertson.
That's 2 on Robertson, who comes to the bench. Ty Hyde back in. Shot by Hosser is no good. Ty up high to grab the rebound. So here comes Smaley. Perez playing a little bit tighter defense this time, but still no real serious pressure as it comes to Hobson. Left side, drives through a couple of Bees players. They're going to call a foul on the drive. That's going to go against Devin McDonald. That'd be his second.
Yeah, Cooper completed the layup, but they wave it off and say it was on the floor, so we'll inbounds under our own basket here.
So 5 team fouls now against.
Oh, they found Tyler.
Tyler Parker right in the paint. Missed the little short gimme. As it comes back down to McDonald on the right block. Tries to go up over high, but traveled.
Yeah, good defense there. You just hold your position and make it tough on them and grab the rebound.
Those might be in foul trouble for Preston. Hyde with 3, Hobson with 3. And really the only foul trouble is that gets away and it's bounced down low. Going to stay with the Indians as the ball went out of bounds. The only real foul trouble for the Bees is Randon Hossert, the big center. He has 4.
Yeah, we'll run the same inbounds play, probably run from the same spot.
As
that time they guarded Tyler Parker.
Back in the corner comes to Smaley, tries to bounce it inside. That'll be a kicking violation as they try to get it back inside to Hyde, who was cutting to the basket.
Yeah, we'll just run that same one again. Actually, this time Hobson will inbound instead of Luke Smaley.
Hobson brings it in underneath his own basket. In the corner it goes to Smaley. Luke drives. Now he lays it off to Ty. Ty all the way to the hoop and lays it in.
Good strong move. He went up strong with both hands. Of course, laid it in with the right, but both hands were up there to protect that ball.
Ty now has 14 in the game and go along with a handful of blocks. As it comes to Johnson. Down low, McDonald has to wait for Ty and then able to draw the foul.
He knew he did a bad thing as soon as he jumped up in the air.
He knew it as soon as he got up in the air. Whoops, hold on. He put it on the wrong. He gave the foul number number 30. No, they got down. Now it's
they'll
right.
straighten it out. Yeah,
that's 4. Either way, it's 4 on Ty.
Yeah.
And going to the line is Devin McDonald. This is the first. McDonald has 4 points tonight, and he is another one of those guys who did not get on the score sheet last night in that overtime loss against Hillcrest.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just got some more run tonight with Hoster's extended time on the bench, but he makes most of it there with the free throw. So Robertson back in now for Hyde as Ty picked up that 4th foul.
As Smaley dribbling, lost it, able to get it back, now goes back to the dribble.
Boy,
drives all the way
him out of bounds.
As done from the corner. That's no good. Tapped around 3-4 times. Ball still loose. Finally picked up by Perez. Hostert lay it up, but he's fouled by Smaley.
The Bonneville faithful thought they were going to see a thunderous dunk by Hostert, but they'll go to the line instead.
So Randon Hostert at the line. They'll shoot 2. Over the years, the Indians and the Bees have met a total of 19 times. We told you in the pregame show. The Bees have won 12 of the 19. Preston's last win came on December 16th of 2016, almost 2 years ago, when they beat him 54-38.
As I recall, last year Bonneville came to this Preston Classic tournament, but we ended up not playing them just the way the brackets worked out.
Last year might have been a better year to play them. They had a down year last year. They were 5-18 a year ago.
Yeah, they really struggled.
As Hossard makes the
beautiful find by Luke Smaler.
Nice pass down low to Dunn. Dunn has 10. Just about 4 minutes left here in the fourth. Sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Nice little backdoor pass to McDonald, but he traveled. Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think he did. He looks over to the Bonneville bench and says, "I didn't," and all the coaches look back to him. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Yeah. They never admit it. The best year that Bonneville had recently was in 2013-2014. They were 22-3.
Yeah, and played for a state championship, I believe, that year. They had two kids come through their program with Division I talent around that time, and one of them, Jared Stutzman, is now one of the best players for the ISU Bengals up there in Pocatello.
Right. Ward gets it back out top to Hobson. Hobson goes down the left side. Gives it back out top to Garrett. He'll pull it back out and let the offense reestablish as they kind of line up across the free throw line. Now it comes to Hobson. Hobson gets the play from Coach Jones. Now gives it back to Ward. Free throw line extended on the left side. Back to Robertson. Comes out to meet the pass. To Dunn. Dunn looks inside and it'll be a holding foul. That'll be on Stoddard, his first.
Yeah, Coach Jones not real happy with the movement on offense that time and wants to see a little more cutting, screening, and working the thing open.
Both teams now out of fouls. 6 apiece. So it'll be free throws the rest of the way for both sides. Robertson high off the glass. That's no good. Hossard has the rebound. Gives it off to Perez, who gets the ball up into the front court. 3:25 to play here in the fourth. Hossard. Oh, good nice pass down low. Missed the layup. Hossard tried to go back for it. Couldn't get it to go down. The original layup missed by Kellen Bird.
Riley Parker there to clear that board for the Indians.
Ward back up into the front court. Comes to Smaley. Gives it back to Robertson. Robertson now back to Cooper Hobson. Holds it out top. Gives it back to Ward with under 3 minutes to play now.
We've probably seen the last of Luke and Ty tonight.
I would think so. As that's a drive into the corner. Dunn for 3. No good. Hobson with the long rebound. They'll set up the offense again and work some more clock. Preston leads by 19, by the way. 57-38. Hobson back out top to Riley Parker. In the corner again to Ward. Thought about it. Didn't take the 3-point shot because he didn't catch the ball cleanly. He'll pull the ball back out again. Looks at Dunn a couple of different times here on the right side. Now gives it to him. Robertson comes out to the top of the free throw line to receive the pass. Back over to Hobson. Hobson drives, hangs in the key. That's no good.
Oh, Riley Parker.
Riley Parker with the rebound and putback basket. And a timeout. Hold on. Officials timeout.
I'm not sure. He's explaining to Coach Tucker of Bonneville, but I don't know what happened quite yet.
Got a good laugh out of it, whatever he said. 3 players in for the Bees. Cooper Hobson's going to leave with his 20 points as Gabe Hammond comes back into the game for the first time tonight. And with 2:12 left here in the fourth quarter, sponsored by Webb Funeral Home. Inside. Now kick it back outside again. Train travel. I should say Bird. It made it much better sounding the train travel.
The train travel. Right.
But the Bird took too many steps. So it's a turnover and the ball back over to the Indians.
You know, and this is some valuable time, Dan, for Garrett Ward to run the point and guys like Rhett Robertson, guys who maybe don't get quite as much run.
Right.
Now we see Hammonds came in 8 quick points the other night, so we'll see what if he comes in firing again.
He hit 2 threes the other night in that game against Shelley. Ward looking back out top, comes to Gabe, and he traveled
for travel. Yeah,
couldn't decide if he wanted to pull up for the 3 or drive, and he started to drive and moved both feet at the same time. We're under 2 minutes now to play here in the fourth quarter. 1:40 to play, as a matter of fact. Preston with another big lead, about to win their third straight. As they bounce it into the free throw line. Nice turnaround jumper by Gummo. He has 8 in the game. And Hammonds.
Yeah, Hammonds kind of nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, exactly. Finally gets it up in the front court as they get it to Robertson. Robertson stands in front of the bench. Now gives it off to Ward. Ward kind of directing traffic a little bit. Back over in front of the bench again. It comes to Hammond. Hammond comes out to Parker, who pops out to meet the ball. Ward over on the left side, free throw line extended. Back out to Dunn from the right elbow. Needs a bounce. Cup 2, 3 times, doesn't go down. Hammond had it down low. And it's going to be a held ball that's going to go back to Bonneville.
So Tyler Parker now. Scott Dunn's night will be finished.
So Parker comes in to replace Scott Dunn, who leads with 10. And for Preston, now inside the final minute, 50 seconds to play. Parker Johnson swings it back around over on the right side, back to Carson Johnson. And the ball ends up out of bounds. That's going to be touched last by the Indians, so Bonneville will keep it right at the end of their own bench.
Yeah, both teams with their bench guys in now, getting them some time and experience.
35 seconds to play. Stoddard looks at a 3, doesn't take it, gives it off to Gummo, to Johnson. Back to Stoddard, a 3-pointer, high arcing is no good. Johnson hits the rebound, turnaround jumper is good. Nice shot.
Nice little lefty jumper in the lane there.
Gets himself on the scoreboard as he has 2. And 15 seconds to play here as Hammond receives the pass. He gets double teamed. Look out. They try to take it away from Ward. Back to Parker.
Tyler
thought about a 3. You know somebody on the bench said no, don't even think about it. Back to Hammond. Hammond with 2, with 1. That's the way the game ends as the Preston Indians will advance to the championship bracket, and they'll play 8 o'clock tomorrow night as they will have a meeting with Skyview. They'll certainly have their hands full tomorrow.
Probably a big crowd too, Dan. Skyview folks, short drive from Smithfield to come up, so we'll have a rocking gym, I think, tomorrow night.
I think so too. That should be a very good game. Take a timeout. When we come back, the post-game show is next. We'll do all that as we continue here on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Welcome back here to the postgame show after the Preston Indians pick up a very impressive win tonight, winning it by 17 over the Bonneville Bees, 59-42. The final score here tonight. The one thing I think about when it comes to Preston, and I don't want to start out being in a negative light, but watching the way they played and then watching the way that Skyview played before them, Preston seems like, at least from my eye, would have a hard time keeping up with the team speed of Skyview tomorrow night.
Yeah, Skyview's got that length and athletic ability that'll be a challenge. It'll be interesting to see if we try to run with them tomorrow night. You know, we do like to get out. Luke can get out quickly and handle it well and distribute on the break really well. But as you say, those guys are long and athletic, right. And the Skyview kids, that is, seem to turn it over a lot. So if we can hang on to the ball, we maybe have an advantage there. But that'll be an interesting ball game. That really will.
Yeah,
fun to watch.
That will be an interesting game indeed. Let's talk a little bit about this game here that we just saw, as Preston picks up their third straight win and improves their record now on the year to 6-1. I thought they shot it well, they ran the offense well, and just about even in the out of bounds plays, all options were just about available to them.
Yeah, did what they wanted to do. I think Coach Jones has to be pretty happy with the execution tonight of the game plan and the way the kids ran the plays when they were drawn up. Again, I think the Indians rebounded the ball well. Every team's going to get a few second chance boards and points during the game, but we really, for the most part, held them off the boards. And then it was, I thought, a big key to get the Hostert kid in foul trouble right off the bat in the third quarter.
But it didn't seem to really take advantage of it the way they wanted to.
Yeah, they got a few in to Hyde, and he scored a few, and then they started doubling, and we kind of went back to the more perimeter-oriented game. But that was working tonight, so it was okay. Those three-point shots were falling, and 59 in a high school game, that's a pretty good deal. That's averaging about 15 a quarter, so that's a good pace of scoring for the Indians.
So by winning it tonight by the final score of 59-42, the Indians have now won 36 of their last 37 games overall. Take a time out. We'll come back. Lyle will look at the stat sheet from tonight's game right after this.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn
well,
and
after
garden,
another good win tonight for the Preston
Indians, you can always get it all
as
at
they
Preston
knocked off
Auto Parts
Bonneville. They'll
CarQuest.
get ready for
Stop in
Skyview
today
tomorrow.
at 17 South State Street in Preston.
A good game all around against Skyview coming up tomorrow night. And Lyle has a look at our stats from the game tonight.
Yeah, for the Indians tonight, again, my unofficial stats, I've got Ty Hyde with 6 for 7 from the field, 2 for 4 from the line with 14 points. Ty also I've got him with 4 rebounds and 4 blocks. Great night there for Ty Hyde. Luke Smaley goes 1 for 3 from the 2-point line, 0 for 1 on threes, 2 for 4 from the free throw line for 4 points. I've got Luke with 8 assists, which is a great number for Luke. Scotty Dunn goes 2 for 3 on twos, 2 for 7 on threes for 10 points tonight. Cooper Hobson, we've talked about Hobson and his ability to hit the outside shot. Cooper goes 1 for 5 on 2-point field goals, 6 for 10 on 3-point field goals for 20 points. Step back, Cooper.
That's it.
Step back.
Let that be a lesson to you, my son.
And he also picks up 4 rebounds. Riley Parker played well tonight. He goes 1 for 2 on 2-pointers and gets 2 points chipped in. Rhett Robertson played but didn't score, went 0 for 1 on 2-point field goals. Garrett Ward goes 1 for 3 on twos, 0 for 1 on threes for 2 points. And Tyler Parker comes in, goes 3 for 4 on 2-point field goals, grabs 3 boards and contributes 6 points. Gabe Hammonds played but didn't score tonight, so fairly balanced scoring. You have 3 guys in double figures, 7 kids overall who put points on the board for you.
Right.
And that makes you a more dangerous team if you can get contributions like that.
Exactly. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Webb Funeral Home. They've been assisting Franklin County residents in their time of need since 1925. When you need professional and understanding care, stop by their modern full-service facility just off Highway 91, just south of the Preston city limit. Their doors are always open for your questions and concerns anytime. That's Webb Funeral Home, proud sponsor of Preston Indians basketball. Take our last time out. We'll come back, tell you what's on tap for tomorrow for the Indians. We'll do all that right after this.
Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back here as we bring tonight's broadcast to a close. And Lyle Fuller, nice win tonight for Preston. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, you like we played Shelley Tuesday night, got up big and were able to get some starters, some rest again tonight. You like the margin of victory and the amount of points we put up, and we'll need some of that rest as we have 2 more games to go here in the next 2 nights in a row. So there's always things to work on. I'm sure Coach Jones is in there telling them right now what we need to work on, but I like where we're headed after that Twin Falls loss. We bounced back with 3 pretty resounding wins, and I like that mentality we have going into tomorrow night against Skyview.
Yep, I do as well, and that'll be our next broadcast. It comes up tomorrow night, round 2 of the Preston tournament. The Indians will be facing Skyview at 8 o'clock. Our pregame show will start about 7:40 tomorrow night. That's in the second round of the championship semifinals coming up here tomorrow. So that'll bring tonight's broadcast to a close. We want to thank the folks involved. The Executive Director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. So until tomorrow night, I'm Dan Hubbard for Lyle Fuller. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll look for you again tomorrow at 7:40 with the pregame show. As we remind you of the final score once again, it was Preston 59, Bonneville 42. Until tomorrow night, have a good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting LLC and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting LLC.